and just phenomenal with the type of landing that they do. I'm sure everybody has watched over and over the vehicles coming down and just landing right back on the pad. Well, EXOS doesn't quite do it that doesn't make sense for us, because the mass of the fuel that we would have to carry to space is actually heavier than our recovery system by a factor of about 3 on this class of vehicle. So what you'll see, and of course we'll have the live stream going throughout the launch, what you should see obviously is the liftoff. The rocket will go out of sight, although we have absolutely beautiful day here today, no cloud cover, so where that vehicle normally has been disappearing for us on the last 3 launches at about 10 to 12,000 feet, we should get a pretty good view all the way up today. So, with that successful launch, about 16, 17 minutes later, we should see the drogue coming back with the vehicle and the parachute, or vehicle and the drogue and the nose cone all tagged together. And when we get down to the programmed altitude around 12,000 feet, the vehicle will actually cut away the nose cone and deploy the main parachute. The main parachute should then go into a pattern, start flying back towards our return point. Now obviously, as the vehicle was up there for that 15 or 20 minutes, the Earth is rotated under it, so the parachute will be doing a flyback maneuver to come back to the launch site. It has exclusion zones. It won't come over by where our people are and where our trailers are. It'll stay away from the security folks and a couple other buildings, and it'll also avoid our launch rail, because that's sticking up there about 30 feet in the air. So with that, I'll close out for right now. We will be coming back to you live. We have updated the counter. You will see jumps in that counter from time to time as we progress along with fueling the vehicle, standing it up, and getting everything ready. So with that, we'll sign off for now, but thanks for being with us, and watch for that live stream to come back up.
Hey everyone, instead of just staring at the little stream waiting page, we're gonna give you kind of a view of what's going on. Currently they are attempting to attach the nose cone to the rest of the sections. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of interesting things to look at versus the live stream page. So once we get more updates and we get closer to launch, we'll start updating you with more exciting news. But for now, just enjoy the view.
The way that we all get started. Yeah. Oh my God.
Very tight. Not very tight. No problem. Well, yeah, well.
Just out on the
So it's not going to be the fire team is coming down. We usually give it one so that they can listen in. And that way they can put
Oh, you went before they closed.
Mark? Yeah. Right there. Can you get one there?
It's cute though. You'll be able to run that when you get there. You did pretty well considering the circumstances. They are pretty. Were there last time. You took that stuff for granted because you get used to all that stuff.
Miranda, where was that one?
Oh yeah. I was wondering what was going to come with you down here. Oh, I know.
Need anything? It's in the box. It's in the box, and it's also the.
Well, we have platformers. You might be able to slip them under like the arch of your butt. Well, those are still a little bit dangerous out there. I mean, you've navigated them really well. I would have broken my ankle by now. I have this last time purposeless that is because my children I know, and I don't even care. I know. this thing has got the collar from the front here. It's just so.
Oh, I'm gonna remind the guys to walk.
I just hold them all in one more time.
Oh, wow, oh my gosh. Oh. No.
I'm actually warmed up. I got rid of my leggings and I got rid of my
No, that's fine.
She's got the bridge. She's standing in between Austin and.
I need to sign the pressurization. Flight cards, right? There we go.
So when we're not handing out ingredients just yet because our production will get you that information. You're welcome.
Randall, would you help me move this right up to the, you probably need to sneak that table out of the way just a little bit. You gotta get it pushed forward here. Just need to rotate this forward some. Rotate which forward? This leg. Stop. That's good. Right here. There. Hold on. I got it. Let me go ahead and do this. This heavy weight thing is heading off the road. They all good down there?
Com check.
Yeah, we should probably.
Com check.
Look at the radio. No, I don't even have.
Com check. How do you got me?
These are the pullaways, these are the tearaways. Grab that yellow bunch and get it off there, because it's not.
You look sharp. You look sharp.
But they'll make still.
Oh, Bill.
Because that's coming from the seal. I will stop. Okay. I will not reach the seal. Even if I don't.
Other than Halo customers, hey, okay, I like
Rock this seal off.
So can we leave like these cars?
There's a bunch of paper towels in the water. I'd like to need 1,000 of them.
Just that.
He has two, just in case.
Certain seal or wear and tear.
The radio got it.
There for a reason.
We're good then.
Oh, sorry, Neil.
I have to show you a couple of water. You know, it's funny. It's one of those things you came to a little bit later in your life. I don't say that to play favorites because that's not going to look so bad.
XSO com check. Copy.
And especially the fins too. Look, see how they're.
Russell just wants to wipe down.
Actually,
A little bit of water. Wipe off.
you can put there, Randall. Hey, who's got a spare set of hands? I think we get that one. Let's just go ahead and get this on first. Here, go ahead. Let's try and get this on.
Let me see.
Once the sparkler came off, I'm gonna have to fix it.
Oh, well, you should not want.
Okay, what's going on? Why are we so...
Did you see your candles? Or I need your 26 and 10.
You're good on this side. The upper one. That's
Can we take the water somewhere?
No.
I'll take one.
Don't worry about that. Thank you.
When we're done with this. No, we've got pad stuff out there.
Don't worry, that'll be covered with frost when it takes off, so not to worry about that. You're gonna want this for your you're gonna want this. Hold on a second. You're gonna get this with you for retrieval as well. Joseph, we're done with it there. All right? Joseph. Sir? Yeah, you can roll that up and take it away. All right, sir.
Just cleaning the rock.
It's dry air, I'm sure.
Shall we slide these over by the treasure up there?
That one was red.
Good. You're gonna go up. Get the yellow stand out. Get the trailer up there.
There's not enough room in there. And I'm like, if I can turn this thing over, move it around here, you are here.
Arriba. Right there, you gotta let it down nice and easy.
I got out of
check the tires. There's an airline over there.
At least you didn't get on me. Straight to the
I'm
top.
gonna get I'll get the trash.
Pressure on that. Right there.
So in March, guys at the shop
So let this down and then I'll grab that headset.
Where's my headset? What? Where's my headset?
Okay, down on the trailer. You can be with the tripod. I want this strap disconnected. I want it rolled up that green box or that green box there with the loop. Where's the loop? You grab that leg, I'll grab these. I'm going over to the side of the trailer. Over that way. Set up.
Well, I gotta go around the house.
Going past you guys. Use this. Come in this way. Right to the side of the trailer. Walk it in. Tell them right there. They're under the camera. Is he on? Yes, he is. You see, meeting. Let's do it in the trailer. Get the trigger charge. Remember.
Check. Copy.
Check where everyone's taken. It's a little soft. There you go. I don't want you to feel like that.
What?
I mean, yeah.
I've got 3 waters.
Well, maybe we just tell them how many minutes they got. Say, okay,
more than 3.
You know what? Let's throw a couple.
listening. Copy. Wait. Okay, we're ready for videographers to document. We'll set up a safety zone.
do you hear me? Or can somebody get Paul and tell him to come down here with his video camera?
Can somebody please grab Paul? He's over by the truck. Bring him on down here.
Hey, he's gonna do a time lapse from over here. Is that good enough for you guys?
That should be okay. If you want to send John over, he can do the same thing over here if you want to.
Yeah, let's let him do this time lapse, and I'll get somebody else to do it. Good idea. Copy.
Welcome back, guys. We were having some audio issues, so we had to restart the stream. I've been talking to you on and off, but then I realized you guys couldn't hear me, so that's now good. But right now they are attaching the rocket to the launch rail. It's a fairly simple setup. It just kind of slides along little guides, and then the little top piece is spring-loaded. Once it gets out of the guide, it actually swings back to get out of the way of the rocket fins. But we'll be back to update you more. Just wanted to let you know you should be able to hear now.
Okay, we are sitting on the pad.
Somebody should watch to make sure somebody doesn't walk into the door in front of it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can proceed to ready for photo ops. Let's try and get through that in 10 minutes.
Stand by, Phil, stand by.
Let's go if you want a picture.
No, no, not yet. Not yet.
We're all ready, though.
Just give me 30 seconds here.
After that, we're waiting on you.
Okay, it's good. Steve, can you turn the rocket off?
Rocket is off.
Send him out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can come on.
Okay.
I have no idea which radios and where.
Ask Tiffany who has that role.
Well, we know she has the role.
Thank you. Hi. What role?
Radios. He needs
Can we
help
get
with
my
radios. I haven't figured out who's responsible for radios.
It's time for everybody to their posts.
We need a radio.
Okay, Steve will be back in a minute, I think. Who's in there? Wait, maybe Steve?
Get close.
Where the radios are for What's up? Radios for the RCAs. Okay.
Hey, Brian, we liked you on the ladder.
Very excited.
That was a great picture.
Excited to be here.
Big day.
So I got the guy who's walking over
I love what you got going on. Never, it's always not the action.
Okay.
Our guys.
Oh, yeah, we got them.
Everybody over here having
Can I get a radio check?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Test 1, 2.
Was it these guys were you working with the
channel 2. Okay, we got
Take
one
a
more.
spare or not?
Brian, I gotta take one.
We don't want to take some more.
Just hold on to it. Somebody might want it.
Eddie, you ready to roll there, mister?
Speaker check. Speaker check.
Thank you. Sure. Absolutely.
Yep.
talking points I would have said. Needs coverage. Snack them for good luck. Good luck, snack.
Just 1-2. Copy.
I know it's working. Okay, good.
gonna fly faster than I ever thought possible.
Yeah, we got some.
Team comm check, pad 1.
Pad 1 comp check.
Pad tree.
Pad tree check.
Cam 1.
Cam 1 comp check.
Launch control.
LC comm check.
XSO.
XSO, come check.
OMP.
OMP, com check.
BSO.
DSO, come check.
Launch control, verify 2 audio recorders on and recording.
Launch control, we have 2 audio recorders on and recording.
XSO, verify audio recorders on and recording.
XSO, on and recording.
Launch control, report local time of day.
Launch control, local time of day is 10:45 a.m.
Pad 1, redrive vehicle weight.
Pad 1 dry vehicle weight is 1021.
Yeah, he's probably got a longer range.
Pad 1, verify vehicle is powered on.
Pad 1 vehicle is powered on.
Launch control, verify SSH connection to vehicle.
Launch control, we have SSH connection to vehicle.
Launch control, set date and time on MFC.
Launch control, wait 1. Launch control, the date and time is set on MFC.
Launch control, verify log files cleared on vehicle.
Launch control, log files are cleared.
Launch control, run FSW enable at boot.
Launch control, FSW is enabled at boot.
Launch control, start multicast.
Launch control, multicast is started.
Launch control, start filter.
Launch control and filter is started.
Launch control, on Windows, start telemetry relay.
Launch control, Windows telemetry relay is started.
Pad 1, stand by, monitor engine gimbal during software startup.
Pad 1 standing by.
Launch control, run FSW start.
Launch control, flight software started.
Launch control, run FSW follow log.
Launch control, FSW follow log running.
Launch control, start local ITOS.
Launch control, local ITOS started.
Launch control, initialize MDemo for multicast.
Launch control, MDemo is receiving multicast.
Launch control, once telemetry starts, stop recording, then start recording vehicle multi.
Launch control, we're recording vehicle multi.
Launch control, launch ITOS main control page.
Launch control, main control page started.
Launch control, zero biases.
Launch control, biases have been zeroed.
Launch control, turn off press control on vehicle. Launch control presses off.
Launch control, note MET on ITOS.
Launch control MET is 119.
Launch control, set DIO mask on vehicle to all Fs.
Launch control DIO is all Fs.
Launch control, set control to ground.
Launch control, ground as control.
Launch control, verify GPS RF switch is set to nose.
Launch control, GPS RF switch is on nose.
Pad 1, turn on MCO.
Pad 1, MCO is on.
Launch control, verify MCO voltage.
Launch control, MCO voltage is 16.9.
Launch control, start gyrocomp. When complete, activate nav.
Launch control, gyrocomp started.
Launch control, verify iLoads with iLoad tree app and control TVC, max thrust equals 100.
Control TVC, max thrust is 100.
And control gain scale factor breakpoint 3, 2.5, 1.5, 1.2, 0.857.
Gain scale factor breakpoints 3, 2.5, 1.5, 1.2, 0.85, and 0.7.
In control, gain scale factor velocity 65, 150, 260, 360, 475.
Gain scale factor velocities are 65, 150, 260, 360, and 475.
In guidance hop 2, tau V equal to 10.
And guidance tau V is 10.
In guidance hop 2, tau R equal to 20.
Guidance tau R is 20.
In AFM, shoot altitude equal to 4,000.
AFM shoot minimum altitude is 4,000.
In AFM, max range equal to 7,000.
Max range, 7,000.
Max altitude equal to 110,000.
Max altitude is 110,000.
And nav KF, GPS antenna position, minus 0.12954.
GPS antenna position is minus 1.12954.
Prop, delta fuel press equal to negative 20.
In prop, delta fuel press is minus 20 psi.
In prop, engine 1-2 press equal to 10.
Engine 1-2 press is 10.
Igniter press equal to 175.
Igniter pressure is 175.
Flow limit chamber press equal to 25.
Yeah, flow limit chamber press is 25.
F-min MCO battery equal to 14.8.
Min MCO battery is 14.8.
F-min main battery equal to 18.0.
F-min main battery 18.0.
F-min nose tank press equal to 850.
F-min main nose, minimum nose tank press is 850.
No-go dome press 385.
No-go dome press is 385.
No-go helium press equal to 3,000.
No-go helium pressure is 3,000.
So MCO voltage equal to 15.5.
No-go MCO voltage is 15.5.
No-go main voltage equal to 19.0.
No-go main voltage 19.0.
No-go nose impedance equal to 800.
No-go nose impedance is 800.
No-go nose pressure equal to 900.
No-go nose pressure is 900.
Go position from sink 2 meters.
No-go position from sink is 2 meters.
No-go tank press equal to 375.
No-go tank press 375.
Pyrosense equal to 0.28.
Pyrosense is set to 0.28.
Theta up no-go 2 degrees.
Theta up no-go is 2 degrees.
And prop ground test mode 0.
Ground test mode is 0. And this is LC, we have navigation active.
Launch control verify vehicle state is pre-flight ops 1.
Launch control vehicle state is pre-flight ops 1.
Launch control verify vehicle is in ground mode.
LC vehicle is ground.
Launch control verify flight level pressure and HP helium tank.
High pressure helium tank is now at 5247.
Pad 1 verify ground wire in place.
Pad 1, ground wires in place.
Pad 1 report vehicle weight.
Pad 1, weight is showing as 1025.
Pad 1 verify GSE power to vehicle.
Pad 1, GSE power is on vehicle.
XSO confirm ranges go.
XSO, ranges go.
Pad tree verify locks transfer hose on run doers.
Tree, locks transfer hose, run doers.
Launch control verify MCO is closed.
LC MCO is closed.
Pad 1 confirm ready to conduct actuator checks.
Pad 1's ready for actuators.
Launch control set DIO to flight.
Launch control DIOs in flight.
Launch control conduct actuator checks with Pad 1. Announce when complete.
Pad 1, this is launch control. We'll do 8 clicks on lower ACS.
This is Pad 1, we have 8 clicks on ACS.
Upper ACS, 8 clicks.
Pad 1, we have 8 clicks on upper ACS.
Igniter valves.
1, igniter valves check.
Fuel purge.
Pad 1, fuel purge check.
Locks purge, or purge locks.
Pad 1, locks purge check.
Locks dump.
Pad 1, locks dump check.
Fuel dump.
Pad 1, fuel dump check.
Ready for igniter.
1 standing by for igniter. One igniter's good.
Main throttle.
cycle that one more time.
Roger.
On main total check.
MCO open. Nose.
That one MCO check.
And ready to cycle the gimbal.
Traffic gimbal.
This is launch control. Actuator checks are complete.
Launch control, verify gimbal center position and currents are 0.
Launch control, gimbal centered, currents are 0.
Launch control, set DAO for prop loading, domes off.
Launch control, domes are off.
Pad 1, confirm both tank vent extensions attached.
Both tank vent extensions attached.
Pad 1, open locks and fuel tank vents.
Pad 1, locks, fuel, and tank vents open.
Pad 1, confirm both propellant transfer hoses attached.
Pad 1, both propellant transfer hoses attached.
Pad 1, confirm both transfer valves closed.
Pad 1, both transfer valves closed.
Pad 1, verify locks transfer vent open.
Pad 1, locks transfer vent open.
Launch control, verify in ground mode and MCO valve is open.
Launch control, the vehicle's ground has control and the MCO is now open.
Pad 1, disconnect GSE power.
Pad 1, GSE power disconnect.
Launch control, verify battery voltages. Main battery, minimum 19.5.
Main battery is 20.0.
CO battery, minimum 15.8.
MCO battery 16.9.
Payload 1A, 1B battery.
Payload battery voltages are 26.7 and 5.0.
Pad 1, reconnect GSE power.
GSE power reconnect.
Pad 3, verify manifold panel ready. All valves are in start position. Gauges read 0 and hoses are connected.
Pad 3, manifold panel ready.
Pad 1, verify all pad crew wearing PPE.
Pad 1, all crew has PPE.
XSO, confirm go for hazardous op.
XSO, we are go for hazardous ops.
The pre-flight checklist, commencing fuel fill. Clock is started at T-minus 38 minutes and counting. Launch control, confirm MCO valve is open.
Launch control, MCO is open.
1, confirm ready for fuel transfer.
Pad 1's ready for fuel.
Pad 3, close red valves 5 through 8.
Pad 3, red valves closed.
Launch control, stand by and verify when fuel is go.
Launch control standing by.
Pad 1, open transfer valve.
Pad 1, transfer valve open.
Pad 3, open red valves in series and turn on pump.
3, red valves open, pump is running.
Pad 1, verify fuel is flowing, tanks venting, check for leaks.
Pad 1, fuel is flowing, tank is venting, stand by for leaks.
Pad 3, prepare to stop pump at 9 or 5 gallons.
3 copy, 9 or 5 gallons.
Pad 1, announce when transfer is complete, then close transfer valve.
Pad 1, standing by for transfer complete.
Tree, stand by and report fuel level when launch control announces fuel is go.
Pad 3, standing by for launch control announce.
This is launch control, fuel's green.
Pad 3, fuel 6.9.
Testing 1, 2.
Come check. Copy.
Okay, hello Facebook fans. We're coming back at you. I believe we have all our audio issues resolved here. We have commenced fueling operations. We're, as you can see, T-minus 34 minutes. And I guess the first couple minutes cut off earlier, so we're going to kind of give you a little bit of a recap on where we are. We are fueling the vehicle for Mission 4. This vehicle has flown 3 times previously, and we stand among giants in this endeavor with Blue Origin kind of leading the way with 5 flights on their vehicle. Obviously, they're a little bit bigger than we are. Okay, significantly bigger than we are in several ways. Obviously, a very large vehicle intended to take people to space, and ours is primarily for research. However, we are paving the way to be able to take payloads to space for research, for manufacturing, and for education with this vehicle. Now, we're a little bit different than Blue Origin with 2,500 people. We have a team of about 12 that orchestrate this whole thing. And today we are going to take one step forward from SpaceX. And we've watched SpaceX do some amazing things with their landings. You'll see that our vehicle will come back a little bit different. We'll re-enter the atmosphere after this flight under drogue, and then we'll fly back via parachute. For us, at our scale, it's actually much more efficient to do this because the fuel is heavier than our recovery system by a factor of several times. So with that, we will do a flyback maneuver under drogue and canopy back to the launch site. So the other person, and how do we get ahead of SpaceX? They have flown their last booster 3 times, and they are scheduled for their 4th flight coming up. So we just kind of beat them to the punch on that we will have a 4th reuse on our vehicle before they do. Again, we don't have their 6,000 people, but we have a team of 12, and we have conducted 3 launches in under a year, and now we're going for our 4th launch, just slightly over a year time frame. So we've been turning the vehicle in about 90 days each time and addressing opportunities for improvement every time we've gone through it. So many of you saw us last time, and we have replaced an IMU since the last flight, and we've actually gone through all of our tuning and control, and we, as of the day before yesterday, just got validation from an external source that matched up with our simulations. So our simulations are done through a program called Trick. It was used on the space shuttle. Many of you will recognize that. And simulation software, absolutely phenomenal, but it's always great to have a second source. So we had our Monte Carlo analysis align and also show very similar results to what Trick is showing. So we're predicting, or we're targeting greater than 80 kilometers today to qualify us for our NASA IDIQ contract. And looking forward to completing that. Right now, we're our NASA Ready provider. We do have several NASA payloads on board, and one of them is a vibration dampener that NASA is planning on using on the human space exploration missions, if we can prove this technology out. And it worked really well because we also have a UCF payload for Space Florida that was a vibrating payload. Now we have 7 other customers who do not want that vibration, so we use the NASA vibration dampeners and a base plate with additional dampening to keep their experiments vibrations away from the other payloads. So we'll have great microgravity for all our customers. Pretty neat technology, and you know, we're not doing a whole lot of anything new here, but we are combining a lot of technologies to make this possible. So great to have you all with us today, and we are in fueling operations. Obviously, we'll go back to our stream as the YouTube is keeping you guys up to date. So we did have a couple of questions here that I'd love to address. Do we land upright? No, we actually will come down under drogue to about 12,000 feet, deploy the main parachute, and since the Earth is rotated below us, we'll have to fly back to get back to the launch point. And when we've done that, or to the return point that we designate. Once we've done that, the vehicle, right before it touches down on the ground, will do a flare maneuver and set the rocket down as gently as it can. So same technology we use with our military to bring cargo down to their landing zones. So on the previous flights, we had multiple payloads, and we are reflying those payloads from the prior flights. That's kind of what we are contracted to do. We're actually contracted to do one reflight. We felt bad because we didn't make altitude on this last flight, so we're reflying all those payloads for free, and this time hope to take them beyond that 80-kilometer line, get them a good duration of microgravity. So wet mass of the vehicle running about, I would say today we're going to hit somewhere around 2,610 pounds. You will hear that in the callouts. That is part of our checklist. Our dry weight today was just around 1,020 pounds, I believe, if I recall it correctly. And put about 1,500 pounds of fuel, 1,600 pounds of fuel and locks on there, and we'll be ready to go. So I've got one of my favorites out there. Why can't everybody agree where the Kármán line is? We'll call the Kármán line 100 kilometers, 62.5 miles, and we do have our altitude limit set at 110 kilometers today. Should the performance of the vehicle be better than we expect, we may reach out and touch the Kármán line, although I would not be disappointed at all if we did the 92 kilometers that we're projecting for today, simply because we'd love to stage our improvements and our altitudes to evaluate our recovery system each time as we go higher and higher. So love you all posting those questions out there. We're trying to catch them as they fly by, but phenomenal to see the number of you out there watching us and rooting for us. Yeah, we really appreciate it. All right, I see some of our friends out there at Blue. Appreciate your wishing us the best. And also want to shout out to some of my friends out there at Creative Destruction Labs, Rotham School of Business in Canada. Just came back from there. An amazing program they've got up there with a ton of space experience. Really helped us to kind of clarify some of our vision and move things forward for EXOS Aerospace. Dylan, hey, yeah, are we hiring? Absolutely. We've got about a dozen positions posted. If you check out our website, under Contact Us, I believe we've got a hiring tab in there. We've got about a dozen positions. We did receive funding authorization to go to LEO. And with new offices in Italy. So we'll be building a 50,000 square foot manufacturing facility in Italy under our National Charter Enterprise program. And we have the region signed off. We're working on the final signatures in the contract with Invitalia, and that's orchestrated, obviously, with EXOS and PricewaterhouseCoopers to put all that together. So tying up those things, and we're hiring lead positions. So you'll notice everything is around lead because the dozen people that we're hiring here will be the leads for the 74 or so that we will be hiring in Italy in the coming months. So we've already started that process, gone through hundreds of applicants at this point, and are starting to narrow down the list for those dozen positions. So great question. Give us a shout, look us up. So obviously we have ITAR restrictions for Italy. Someone was asking about, do you have to be a U.S. citizen? So actually, EXOS is forming an EXOS Aerospace Invitalia, SRL, and primarily we anticipate that Many of those will be from Italy or returning to Italy, and ITAR kind of sets our guidelines for what we can do there, but we do anticipate that. As far as in the U.S., because we are so small, our primary focus, not that we're going to say we're not going to hire anyone else, but we need to let our ITAR attorneys help us and advise on exactly what we need to do for our U.S. hiring. But the majority of candidates that we have looked at to date have been from the U.S.
And one, fuel fill complete.
So, what are we
Battery
flying on today?
verify RB1 closed.
99% ethanol or 99.99%?
Pad tree, RB1 closed.
Pad tree, open V1.
Pad tree, V1 open.
Pad tree, close manifold vent.
Tree manifold vent closed.
Pad 1, connect fuel purge line.
One, fuel purge line connected.
Pad tree, set RB1 to purge pressure.
Pad tree, RB1 set.
Pad tree, open V2.
Pad tree, V2 open.
Pad 1, close vent when fuel vent is clear. Announce when complete.
Running clear.
Pad crew, stand by for ACS clear. Pad 1, announce when ready.
Stand by for 1 moment. Wait for ACS clear.
Launch control, run fuel purge. Turn on low rate ACS.
Launch control, turning on low rate ACS.
1, announce when ACS runs clear.
And one ACS clear.
Launch control, verify lower ACS off.
Launch control, lower ACS is off.
Pad tree, close V2.
Pad tree, V2 closed.
Pad tree, close RB1.
Tree, RB1 closed.
Pad 1, disconnect, fuel purge and stow.
And one, fuel purge disconnected, stowed.
Close V1.
Now that I zero the biases,
Yeah.
Pad tree, V1 closed.
Pad tree, open manifold vent.
Cool.
Pad tree, manifold vent open.
Pad 1, open tank vent to depress fuel tank.
Pad one, vent is open.
Pad 1, report vehicle weight.
One vehicle weight is 1641.
Pad tree, reset red valve, set lines for detank.
Tree, red valves reset. Copy, reset lines for detank.
T-minus 25 minutes. Pad 1, close fuel tank vent, remove and stow.
One, fuel tank vent closed.
Fuel fill complete. Launch control, confirm go on nav solution.
Launch control, nav solution is good. We have 11 sats, quality is 1.
XSO, confirm ready to proceed with LOX fill.
XSO, ready for LOX fill.
Commencing LOX fill. Launch control, set tank only press control to 40 psi.
Launch control, tank only press control set to 40 psi.
Launch control, confirm MCO valve is open.
Launch control, MCO is open.
Pad tree, report helium transfer pressure.
Battery, helium transfer pressure 2150.
Pad tree, verify doer vents closed, liquid lines open.
Battery, doer vents closed, liquid lines open.
Pad 1, confirm ready to load locks.
1's ready for locks.
1, close transfer vent.
1 transfer vent closed.
Pad 1, open transfer valve.
Transfer valve open.
Pad tree, close blue manifold vent.
Tree, blue manifold vent closed.
Pad tree, close blue 4.
Tree, blue 4 closed.
Pad tree, open blue regulator valve.
Battery, blue regulator open.
Pad tree, open V1, adjust blue regulator to 90 PSI.
Battery, V1 open, adjusting blue regulator to 90.
1, verify locks is flowing, tanks venting, check for leaks.
1 tank is venting, locks is flowing, standing by for leaks.
Launch control, start onboard cameras.
Launch control starting onboard cameras.
Launch control, turn on pilot heat.
Launch control, pilot heat is on.
Cam 1, turn on ground cameras.
Cam 1 turning on ground camera.
Pad 1, announcement transfer complete, then close transfer valve.
1 standing by for transfer complete.
Pad tree, close V1 and vent tanks when Pad 1 announces transfer complete.
Battery copy, V1 and vent tanks when pad 1 announces complete.
Launch control, open position ESEF and Theta Up dialogues.
Launch control, position, and Theta up are open.
Launch control, resync UPP and verify nav solution is okay.
Launch control, position 3 sync. Nav solution is very good.
Launch control, start roll line, announce when complete.
Launch control, roll line is complete. Residuals are minus 0.032.
Okay, so we were talking about LOX and fuel loading. So we're a LOX ethanol vehicle with helium pressuring. Obviously, this is a liquid-fueled vehicle, and we have completed our LOX load, and we are now our ethanol load, and we're now commencing loading LOX. See a bunch of shout-outs out there from anywhere from Germany to Australia. EXOS is actually working that National Charter Enterprise program. We are looking for 3 additional locations to set up our National Charter Enterprise. We've got our friends out there in Brazil working on it. We've got Russ Blink, our Chief Technology Officer, will be out in Germany working on that National Charter Enterprise this coming month. And we've also been working with Australia to try and establish a presence there. So we are on those fronts. Also, I think I mentioned Brazil is one of our potential National Charter Enterprise locations as well. So hopefully EXOS Aerospace with success on this flight, and particularly our next one where we're up against a pretty cool challenge. If we can put 50 kilograms of payload on 2 vehicles in about the next couple of months, we'll be looking at an early 2020 flight with a 48-hour turnaround. And that part of that mission is to not only fly a 5th flight on the same vehicle, but to fly a 6th flight on this vehicle. It is designed for 200 flights, and maybe about 50 is really our expectation. So great questions. Keep them coming. Appreciate y'all out there. So today we're carrying, started in several NASA payloads. Probably the one that's nearest and dearest to my heart is Center for Applied Space Technologies and Mayo Clinic have biomedical payloads on there. And the research that we've done on the first 3 flights, even though they were short, the microgravity and the Gs has proven very positive for results on those experiments. We will have some postings up on our YouTube later with actual interviews from the payload customers, so you can get all the detail on those payloads, and they can explain it 10 times better than I can. So this is our 4th test flight, and we are very much in it to win it. This is considered still a test, as we also plan our 5th flight will be a test. And with our launch into LEO, we have a great risk mitigation program through our SARGE vehicle. We've proven out flight systems, we've proven out hardware, and we've proven out how we can do this more cost effectively than many others. And one of the main reasons is obviously we're not doing manned on this. While our rocket engines have supported manned flight, when we put these on rocket racer, or our team put these on rocket racers a number of years ago under lead of John Carmack. We're not going after that anymore, but specifically looking at doing cargo, which I believe will make us far more cost effective than others to make space available. All right, got another question here. How much time did it take to build the rocket? Takes us about 9 months, and we could build 1, 2, 3, or even 4 in that time frame. Obviously, we'll staff up as we have more and more orders. Right now, we're looking at commencing build of probably 4 or 5 rockets beginning early 2020. And we are flying from Spaceport America in New Mexico. That is our licensed launch site. Yeah, see, shout out. We'll have some new VR views from the vehicle. We actually have 2 360 fly cameras on the vehicle, and they're positioned on either side. We will stitch those images back together, and if you ever get a chance to come out to EXOS Aerospace in Greenville, Texas, we'll even put you in the VR gear and let you take that virtual ride. We will be doing another one for this launch, and obviously posting that out on YouTube, but best seen in full VR, because it's a 360 by 360 experience, and if you're not careful and we get a little bit of roll, it'll make you not feel too good. So this easy solution though, just look up, and space doesn't tend to make people nauseous. It makes them smile, so we'll go with that. So this vehicle will be going for a target altitude of 80 kilometers, and we'll probably pretty abruptly cut off here once we go back to checklist, get on LOX loading. But again, looking for about 1.5 minutes of good quality microgravity.
Prologue still complete.
Do you need a special license to drive around with fuel on a truck? Actually, it only takes about 110 gallons of fuel, and then the LOX to complement that. And the crane truck you see sitting there actually is our fuel transport vehicle, and it's no different than any other commercial truck. Same requirements for carrying fuels.
Tree, verify tank and lines venting, then reset valves to start position.
Tree, tank and lines venting, valves reset to start position.
1, report vehicle weight.
Yeah, appreciate the kudos on the guys putting together the video streams and things like that.
Then cabin stow, all
Obviously, with a
propellant
small
transfer lines.
team, it's quite a challenge to get up there where you've got a dozen people, and we've got to get the rocket ready, and we've got to prepare for building out our national charter and commencing designs on our LEO launch vehicle, which more details will be coming on that in the near future as we kind of sync up with Italy and Invitalia on that LEO program, and we commence the construction out there. We'll certainly be posting those things and adding to the team complement, so you'll see all of that pick up as we bring more staff on. Yeah, Warhawk, it is just rocket science. We catch ourselves saying that every time we come up against a challenge in the shop. And we got the coffee mugs that give us all of our equations for escape velocity, etc. Hey, another Space Nut would love to talk to you while we're out in Germany.
T-minus
I think
10
it's
minutes.
one of the major
Pad 1,
conferences
confirm
out
both
there.
vehicle fill caps on and tight.
19th and 20th, I believe. Russ Klink will be out there, and I'm sure if you happen to be at that conference, he'd love to share with you.
Morning, all pad crew, MCO valve opening. Launch control, verify ground mode, then open MCO.
Launch control, vehicles in ground mode, opening the MCO.
Pad 1, disconnect GSE power.
GSE power disconnected.
Pad 1, remove grounding wire.
Grounding wire removed.
Pad 1, remove insulation.
Pad 1 insulation removed.
Pad 1, close tank vent, remove extension.
Pad 1, the valve is closed, extension removed.
Pad crew, retreat to launch positions.
FYI, final weight with everything disconnected is 2446.
Some would say this is where the rubber meets the road. Neil said this is where the impulse meets the momentum. So I'll steal that and share that with you guys out there on our live stream.
Pad 1, crew is in ready position.
T-minus 5 minutes. Propellant loading complete. Commencing firing checklist. Launch control set DIO to flight.
Launch control, DIOs to flight. All internal drivers are active.
SSO, verify range is clear. XSO, verify range is clear.
XSO, range is clear.
Go, no go for launch. Pad 1. Pad tree.
Tree, go for launch.
Cam 1.
Cam 1 is go for launch.
XSO.
XSO, go for launch.
Control.
Launch controls go for launch.
Launch control, start onboard recording.
Launch control, high-speed onboard recording started.
Launch control, turn on payload 1 power.
Launch control, payload 1 power is on.
Launch control, turn on pressurization. Announce pressure in 100-pound increments until complete.
Launch control, pressure started. 100, 200, 300. And domes are in regulation. Tanks are ready.
T-minus 2 minutes. Launch control, verify vehicle is go on SSH terminal.
Launch control, vehicle shows go.
Control, verify ITOS go indicator.
Launch control, ITOS is go.
Control, test igniter, confirm PC good for flight.
Launch control, igniters go.
Control, verify control, IIP and Latlon dialogues are open.
Launch control, all dialogues are open.
Launch control, verify MCO is open.
Launch control, MCO is open.
Control, verify control is set.
Launch control, control is set.
Launch control, activate guidance.
Launch control, guidance is now active.
Launch control, advance to engine ignition 1.
Launch control, vehicles at engine ignition 1.
Launch control, activate control standby.
Launch control, control is now in standby.
Launch control, verify throttle 100%.
Launch control, throttles 100%.
Control, resync position, verify nav and theta up.
Launch control, position resync, nav and theta up are all go.
Control, arm ignition sequence.
Launch control, ignition sequence is armed.
Launch control, engage auto start sequence at T-minus 2 seconds.
Launch control is now standing by.
XSO, begin 15-second countdown.
XSO, 15-second countdown. Commencing at 15. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Vehicle speed, 260 miles an hour, altitude 2,500 feet. IIP is holding okay. A little bit of divergence in IIP, 400 miles an hour, 6,200 feet. IIP is still okay, swinging around a little, 587 miles an hour, 10,000 feet. IIP is grown to 1 kilometer, holding steady, 700 miles an hour, 13,000 feet. IIP has grown a bit, 1,200 miles an hour, 33,000 feet. IIP diverged enough, we should have an abort shutdown.
Rocket's too high up to see right now, so we're just gonna kind of take a break until we see the recovery system deploy, and we'll see it come on back down. As you can see, a lot of people are pretty excited about it. They're up there looking up. You can still see the dust cloud kind of dissipating. got a good little smoke cloud from the rocket, the condensation. Ah, there we go. Looks like we have a rocket under paraglide, and then that's the blute over here.
Okay, Phil has indication that the nose has deployed.
Apologize for the shaky cam.
Phil has visual.
That's the blute, most likely, which is what holds the nose cone. Let's see if I can switch to tripod real quick.
Phil, if you need to, tell me if I have to fire the pyros in case it looks a little low.
Safety, heads up on the range. We're coming in without a drone.
Safety, safety, safety. We have a vehicle incoming, high speed. It's going to land remote from the launch pad.
That's where it hit, right there.
You can see where the
We have an
nose
impact.
cone hit.
Safety, safety, safety. Level 2 emergency response team. Can you approach the launch pads? There was enough fuel on board. There may be a fire from the vehicle, but it's remote from the pads.
All you nose trackers, get a bead on where that impact happened and get us a bearing, please.
Well, these tractors on the nose, they donate, or these are drugs on?
I don't know where that is.
60 degrees.
It said nose deployed.
72 degrees.
Yeah.
Copy, launch control, transit 172.
Transit 2, 60 degrees.
So 60 and 72. Are they wanting to find the nose, or?
Yeah, well, hang on a second. Does anybody know where the nose is?
Is there an APRS?
Yeah.
What altitude is the nose coming in?
So at this point, we should be range secure. Stand by. Nose apparently still in flight.
So it looks like we have come back in with the vehicle not tethered by the drogue. This is rocket science. We'll fix it and we will be going again. Thanks y'all for watching. We're going to cut the live stream now and we're going to head out to the vehicle's return site. Goodbye y'all. Thanks for all your support.